Mesiti, Monday afternoon live at 5. Well, poor old Anastasia Palaszczuk and Jeanette Young have had the AMA come to the rescue. Chris Perry, head of the AMA, union, by the way, a union tells us we should back off. Well, I got news for the AMA. We're not going to back off. What I find intriguing, and maybe someone can help me with this, is that it's a bit like Adam and Eve in the garden. Adam blamed Eve, Eve blamed the serpent, and the serpent didn't have a leg to stand on. Now, Anastasia, who is the state premier, elected, most official, most powerful woman in the state, says, it's not my decision. She passes it on to Jeanette. Well, Anastasia, Jeanette takes orders from someone. That someone would be you, unless it's Stephen Miles, the deputy premier, who this week goes out and banners all over. I think we've got a shot of banners all over freeways and the new, presenting a great COVID plan. It's a $30,000 banner, which we, the taxpayers of Queensland, the ones that can't see our children on interstate, the ones that can't see our relatives on their deathbeds. By the way, South Australia can come over here, no problem. I wonder if South Australia's under a Labor Party premier over there. Just a thought, I could be wrong. But I'm wondering if this thing has become a political farce, where now Anna says, hey, it's not my fault. Ask Jeanette. Jeanette, who's the deputy premier's office, told me personally she hasn't had a day off in 300 days. Well, that would probably explain her lack of judgment, her heartlessness, her coldness. I mean, I'm sure she's having sleepless nights, both her and Anastasia, at the devastation they're causing businesses. But of course, they can put up $30,000 banners promoting the new COVID plan, or the COVID plan, secure COVID plan. I've got news for you. There is not one case right now, not one new case in Queensland. As a matter of fact, New South Wales' record was better than Queensland's record last week. Now, when you've got the AMA coming out saying back off, who the heck are they? Who are they to tell the people of Queensland to back off on our rights and our freedoms? I said last week, this is no longer about Labor and Liberal. This is about good versus evil. Heartlessness, coldness. Of course, Anna does the victim thing. And what's interesting is that Anna, in her press conference, made it about her, not about the people that are suffering, not about the girl at the funeral, not about the 4 children who the father had to choose one. And now, thankfully, because of Paul Murray, they can come up here and quarantine for God knows what. And all of a sudden, Anastasia is the victim. She's lost people too. There's a story in the Bible of a guy that hung himself on his own gallows. Dan Andrews on the weekend, with the media darlings of the mainstream media, not one of them asked him a hardball question. I don't understand why Palaszczuk or Dan Andrews don't appear on Alan Jones or Paul Murray or Andrew Bolt for that reason, but they cater to the darling Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, who wouldn't know how to ask a hardball question if they tried. Of course, on Sunday, there was going to be some major announcement. How people just lapped it up. Of course, I think Dan loves the fact that every day at 11 o'clock, he makes a media announcement. Personally, I think they're all publicity stunts. And what did he reveal? Well, he revealed that we're just coming closer in regional Victoria. And by the way, you can't mow your mum's lawn. My great friend Jim Penman can't mow the lawn, but you can take your dog to get groomed. Oh my God, I can just see Victoria jumping for joy. I wonder if that's got anything to do with the fact that one of the groups that voted in favour of extension lockdowns was the Animal Justice Party. Makes you question things, doesn't it? You can allow your dog to get groomed. You can allow addicts to go and shoot up. But you can't let parents see their grandkids, kids. This thing is such a political disaster. It only serves those that are in power. Let's get back to Anastasia and Jeanette, the dynamic duo. I mean, these guys are like Batman and Robin. Kapow, kapoom, kapoom, kapow. And then they go hiding in their back caves and have the AMA come out and rebuke us. We should back off. Let me tell you something. Last I heard, we had a little bit of freedom of speech left in this country. And we won't back off. I, for one, will be making sure that my voice is loud and clear. I, for one, will be making sure that we bring people on this show in the next few weeks that can hopefully shed some light. We need now more than ever. We need now more than ever to rally our voices together and say this is not good enough. Open up the borders. We are not under a global pandemic anymore. This thing is well under control. New South Wales, if we follow what they're doing, we may get the same result. What's interesting to me, it seems like the Labor Party premiers are hell-bent on attacking our Prime Minister, Scott Morrison. When Stephen Miles gets up there and attacks the Prime Minister, using as political leverage, Steve, you know, there's one thing you've got to understand, son. If you want to fight against a heavyweight champion of the world, you got to qualify. No punk can just come up and pick a fight and win the title. Son, let me tell you something. From what I've seen from you, you don't qualify. You don't qualify. I wish our Prime Minister would come out swinging at some of these guys. I really wish he could, and I really wish he would. Because right now, the nation is looking to his voice, a voice of reason, a voice of wisdom. I believe a voice that doesn't really have agenda except for the good people of Australia at heart. And sometimes that goodness of his heart has been interpreted as maybe indifference. His decency has been interpreted as maybe just holding back. Again, I urge you, Mr. Prime Minister, get out there, help us in Queensland, open up our borders, do whatever you can do in your power to help Queenslanders and to help the good people of Victoria who supported you. These dictatorial regimes that are holding on to power at the expense of business, family, life, death, emotional, it borders on emotional abuse, the mental anguish that these dictators are causing people. We, the people of Australia, are good enough, strong enough to be able to follow a code of rules, unlike Dan Andrews' government, who hands the quarantine security to his mates. Funny, isn't it? Dan calls in his mates, the union over there, union-backed business. And what does Jeanette Young and Anastasia do? They call in the union leaders from the AMA to back off. Well, we're not back enough. Our voices are going to be louder. This is Pat Mesiti. Wednesday night is going to be a special night. I have my great friend Mark Victor Hansen coming and doing an exceptional presentation to us on the future of economies around the world. And if you want to really create a way through this current crisis for yourself and create a new economy, make sure you click on the link and be part of it. This is Pat Mesiti. You have a prosperous life.